Hello everybody, When Bricks Go Boom back with another video. Today, I'll be showing you my Mosin Nagant made fully out of Lego. The Mosin Nagant was invented in 1891 by Sergei Ivanovich Mosin. Sorry if I have butchered that name, but that is, I believe, how you pronounce it. The rifle was used for many different battles, including World War I, World War II, and many different wars afterwards. The factories that made the Mosin Nagant made at least 37 million rifles, and are still being used today, and are kind of expensive, but in the past were very cheap due to the high rate of Mosins in existence, with many different variations, including the 9130, which was used in World War II primarily, and some other countries and battles, and is still being used by different militaries today. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at the features of this rifle. Starting off with the stock. This stock was a little hard to make at first, but with other weapons I've made in the past, it wasn't too hard. As looking at the sides here, the sloping goes all the way up on the handle here and up to the gun. On the sides here, it goes right here from the little ridge area down, making a nice little handle formation right here with these pieces that are sloped. Moving up to the trigger guard, you can see right here, I believe it was a little bit closer, but I couldn't get it fully accurate due to how Legos work. And you can see the magazine portion that doesn't actually have bullets go into it, as you will see in a second here, but going up to here with all the lining going straight out to the end with the barrel. Right here you can see all of the sights, and the best part about this is you can adjust the sights, which I find pretty awesome, which is a real feature on the real life weapon. It wasn't too tricky to figure this out, as all I had to do was use these slope pieces and add a little bit of different stuff here, going up and down there. And this just uses a tire piece and one of these special pieces which pushes down right into it, making the barrel completely separate from this part. Moving on to the bolt, this was the trickiest part of the weapon, and I had a lot of trouble getting the proportions figured out to get this as accurate as possible. I went through many different renditions of this part, which I unfortunately do not have photos for at the moment, but as you can see, it works perfectly fine. This part right here was pretty hard to get together, as I watched many Mosin Nagant videos, and it took me a really long time to realize that this also exists, and you will see why I needed it in a moment. I originally just had a straight piece going out, which does exist for the Mosin Nagant models, but this part was more needed, as this is for the scope version, which we will get to in a second here. Mosin Nagant is chambered in 7.62 by 54mm round cartridges, and were chambered to use in the Mosin Nagant. As you can see right here, the round went through two different designs. For this version, which are the permanent current models, which are being used as permanent current stuff right now, and this is what the round used to be. Pretty big difference, if I say so myself. Loading each round isn't very difficult, as you put it into this stripper clip, which is made specifically for these bullets, which were designed by someone I saw on YouTube actually, don't know the name for them. Taking this into account, you can load the gun in two different forms of style, one being without the stripper clip, or if you want that true authenticity, you can go as far as you want and use them normally with the stripper clip. Pretty cool, if I say so myself. Taking out the thing here, you can take a look at the chamber here, which has all the bullets inside of it, and the bolt simply won't budge. I wonder why. Well, that's because once you have the thing in, you have to use both of your hands and push down, just like that. Usually when you use the stripper clip though, it should usually fix the problem. I don't know how to fix this entirely, but it works perfectly fine. Taking out the shells is pretty easy. You just dump this thing over, and you're all good to go. Going back to the sights, there is an attachment for the PU scope, which isn't entirely accurate. Unfortunately though, that's all I could think of with adding the studs on the sides here, making it much nicer and aiming pretty accurate, if I'd say so myself. Reloading isn't that difficult either with the scope at all, as I can reload it just the same as if I were doing it without the scope at all, just without the fact of using the stripper clip. But hey, works pretty nice. and it still chambers the rounds as if it were a real Mosin Nagant. Even if I couldn't make it shoot, I still think it's fairly accurate to the real-life gun, and I say so myself, and I'm sure you guys would agree with it, as I am entering this in fair with 2 other guns, which I will make separate videos on in their own time. And if you guys have any other suggestions for weapons, I don't have any problem with it at all. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video from When Bricks Go Boom, and I will see you guys next time.